Peace and love eternal to the Soul Tribe. Welcome to the Sacred T Square Tarot. I'm the creator and host, T Honey the artist, T the storm, T the medium. Okay? Now, tonight is a very special night. Okay? We're going to be doing our first astrology check in. Okay? Um, I've been into astrology for a bit. I check on the transits and that here and there, but I've never really super discussed it on the channel. However, this full moon energy that we got going on here has brought about some interesting formations. Now, I've already been looking at the transits the past couple days and noticing right triangles starting to form. Okay, and these can become, your T squares. Now, keep in mind, this channel is the sacred T square, okay? And it comes from a few different places. For one thing, when I first went to college, when I went to school, it was for interior design. I actually can still draft floor plans in that, okay? Um, I was in this design school for 3 years, okay? But then everything got messed up, and it was homeless, the school closed, a whole bunch of stuff happened. But I still have my T square to this day. Then to learn astrology and to learn that there is a T square formation in the astrology charts when you're talking about your patterns that begin to form. Okay? Now, the T square happens when you have a straight line opposition, 180 degrees. You have a planet, a third planet, in a house a little farther down that creates a square effect. Okay? Basically, it makes a right triangle. Okay? So I started to notice that these were coming about in the next couple of days here, and I was like, well, the full moon is gonna definitely cause some. Okay, if only for one night type of energy. I mean, this could be very well a night here with this full moon in Capricorn. That divine justice really gets rendered. This is where the shift happens. If you look at the astrology chart, the one that I took the current picture, that's the current picture of the current transits as they be right now. Okay? If you look at it, it's forming a bowl, you know, from basically Pisces on down. Okay? And as like Mercury and them planets front end start to come into Leo and Virgo, and this is the beginning of the turning of the wheel. Okay? All right. So boom. Spirit wants me to explain that. Now, I have a few different let's just say alignments that we're going to be looking at, because there's a potentiality for 3 T squares to form over the course of the next couple of days here. Okay? And eventually in the next couple of months, I think there's going to be a grand cross, okay, coming upon the tail end of Lion's Gate, or just thereafter, okay. But whatever, we get ready to break this down, what this means for justice as it pertains to what we've been seeing on this channel in regards to the divine beings. So boom, the first one we're going to look at, forgive my little primitive sketch, okay, but boom. All right. So the first triangle formation we're going to be looking at here, you got Sun being in Cancer, playing a huge, huge part. Okay. You also got Neptune, which is a power player right now. Neptune in Pisces at home, okay? Um, and it's retrograde. Let's keep this in mind. Then you got Pluto in Capricorn where it's being, okay? Just, man, just beating our butt, divine beings. I ain't gonna lie. This is why we going through them. A lot of us went through a Saturn return with Pluto there in Capricorn as well. Okay, this whole breaking down of just all things old, everything having to die a thousand death type of energy. And I literally did almost die a couple times since the Saturn return. Okay, so like for real. But then spiritual deaths, you know what I'm saying? Coming out the dark night and all like this. And with these T squares, even though they're very volatile, right? Check the community board because I posted a little synopsis of what can happen after the T square occurs. Even though it's very volatile and it's going to break down a lot of stuff and it comes with a lot of challenges, tests in your chart and in your alignment, when you learn those lessons, I mean, think about it. It's a right triangle. You make things right. Okay? You square the circle. You balance the alignments. You transmute the energy. Okay? So when you learn the lessons, even though the alignments are volatile as they're happening, okay, when you learn the lessons, it says by transmuting the energies and learning the lessons, you can create wild success. Wild success. Meaning fast. Okay? Muy rápido. Okay? Okay. So, boom. First ones we're going to be looking at here is major. This was the first one I noticed. Okay? And this was, the moon was still in Sag when I noticed it. It hadn't hit Capricorn yet. Because when the moon hit Capricorn, I started noticing a whole bunch of other T squares popping up. I'm like, whoa. Okay. So we're going to talk about this one first. Now, the sun being in at home. Well, no, the sun being there in Cancer, right? In the fourth house. And we're talking about the alignment going over to Pluto. This is the opposition right now. All right. With Pluto, toxic parents get a wake-up call, particularly mother energies, although this could relate to either parent, okay? But particularly, especially, okay, mother. Transmuting negative energies in regards to the connection, if not possibly reconciling, okay? But of course, it's only after the lessons are learned, after the energy is transmuted, okay? Divine beings, with this going on, you could have had parents or grandparents that was just concerned with money, status, material shit, their careers, keeping up with the Joneses type energy, blah blah blah. Okay. Um, and it's crazy because you could have had parental energies that could have been trying to stop your rise or interfere with your career or in certain experiences. Okay. Um, and it's crazy because it's actually similar energies in one of the other alignments. Okay. So this is going on. Okay, when we're talking about the relationship between this fourth house and 10th house energy. That's why I said, because Pluto is in the 10th house, right? 10th house is Capricorn. Capricorn is your father energy. Fourth house, we're talking about the sun is there in Cancer. Okay, the fourth house is the mother. And this is where you have the opposition at. Okay, and this is why this is a big part of the lesson for us as divine beings, because this is essentially us having to balance out the toxic shit we went through with our parents or in regards to what it was we saw. Okay. Potentially having to be the ones to balance out certain energies to wake our parents up. Okay, potentially us being the ones that have to parent our own fucking parents. This is that energy. Okay, and this type of energy. Now, if you had parents that were actively working against you, trying to end things, because Pluto, you know what I'm saying, is the ruler of Scorpio. You see what I'm saying? So you could have very well had a parental energy that was trying to. Some of y'all had parental energies that were trying to pull you off the planet. Some of us have parental energies trying to end things for us because it's an ego blow to them who it is we're meant to become. They're because they're obsessed with money and status and the things we stand to inherit and gain. Okay, that be where the problem lie. Okay, they it's an ego thing. It's an unhealed. It's distorted feminine, distorted masculine energy. Okay, so here's the thing: if they were actively doing things to you, though, or to try to stop these energies from reconciling, like if they were actively doing shit, hitting black magic, actively, orchestrating against you or whatever, or if they wish ill upon you in their mind, the energy they wish out for you is possible for them. The endings that they wish to come about for you are now becoming possible for them by this alignment because you have the sun there in Cancer. Okay, exposing what's going on. The sun exposes. You see what I'm saying? Highlighting this energy. Okay, and if they were trying to end your life and one of their lives end, okay, it's like the inheritance they were trying to stop you from receiving, the blessings they were trying to stop you from receiving, you're going to receive all that, if not policies and this and that. They're actually trying to usurp your position and put you in their spot or something of this nature that could be going on here with this kind of alignment. It's literally in the alignment. Okay, this opposition. Okay, now make sure y'all smash the like button for me, please. Now, fourth house, you're dealing with emotions. Okay, so parental energies could have been doing things to try to diminish our confidence in the past. Okay, or they could be trying to currently. Okay, this whole power struggle type of dynamic. Okay, or wanting to bring it into your loving nature. Okay, always attempting to overpower or dominate because you're dealing with Kathy energy and Pluto. Oh my God. Okay, and it's like they think that they can use your loving nature, your nurturing nature against you. Okay, but they think they can dominate, control it, or what have you. Okay, uh, they were trying to make you bitter so that maybe you wouldn't want to become a parent, you wouldn't want to be a parent anymore, or you wouldn't want to have children. You see what I'm saying? And it's like comes with this deep knowing of they know your destiny, or this deep knowing of they know who you're meant to become. What's good, Garnet Goddess? You man, listen, right on schedule, catch the playback later. Roll with me from here. Yo, cause this is about to get real. It's some energies that's really, really, really getting karma tonight type shit. Okay? And it's in the alignments. Boom. This is what I'm talking about. There's an opposition right now. I'm talking about this triangle formation that forms potential T squared. Okay. I'm talking about right now, we're talking about the opposition between Sun in Cancer and Pluto Capricorn. Okay. So boom. They could have been trying to make you bitter so you wouldn't want to be a parent no more. Maybe because they know that you meant to have. They might even know about children you meant to have type of shit. You see what I'm saying? You highlight the issues within their parents that they never healed. Okay? Boom. By us going through this death and rebirth process, and um us having to face what happened, everything that everybody didn't want to look at, we empaths. It literally causes us pain to feel everybody in pain and shit. We clairsentient. We literally can feel it. Okay? So it's like we're gonna try to reconcile the energy. This is why how we became the people pleaser type of energy, trying to make things right. Trying, you don't know exactly what's wrong, but you know something off. You know what I mean? Yep. And see, it got a lot to do. Remember, God and Goddess, that some of that came about. It had a lot to do with. I think it has a lot to do with his parents. You feel me? But I digress. You could have been dealing with parents that were jealous of your talents, your strengths, your skills. Okay, because you're the one that's healing generational curses or hexes. Okay, some of us even making a living of it or going to be helping other people. Okay, you know what I mean? And it's crazy because it's some of them, not all of them. Some of these parents and grandparents were the ones that were trying to maintain this energy. I don't think they were the ones that put it in place, because I think we're talking about from the fourth house. So I feel like the energies we're talking about could have been going on for 4 generations back. You see what I'm saying? This might not have started with your grandparents, but it might have started with their parents or their parents. And this is shit that got handed down because then nobody want to face nothing. You see what I'm saying? Then nobody want to heal nothing, talk about nothing. Okay? Fourth house, emotions. Everybody was being taught to negate their heart and their true feelings in society. Men was just taught they don't fucking have none. All of that type of energy. You see what I'm saying? Jealous of you though. Because despite all the bitterness and stuff like this, they could have been trying to cause, compassion still remains and resurrects within you. And you're rising as a potential matriarch or patriarch in your time. Okay? Boom. With this alignment here between the Sun and Cancer and Capricorn Pluto, talk about a lot of hidden talents and gifts. That's why the current death or rebirths, because it's like every time you rebirth, it was a new talent or a new gift, or your gifts were stronger, or you could see more, or whatever. Hidden talents and gifts, desires of the heart, defeating illusions, okay, of what you thought you wanted. So there were certain things that you may have been looking for in relationships, okay. A lot of us was seeking external validation, okay, and I say us because okay, when you didn't have this nurturing energy was not in place. You see what I'm saying? Or this nurturing energy was dead for a time, okay, because we're talking about Pluto. Pluto's ruler death was there in Capricorn. Capricorn's pretty damn dark, okay. But guess what? Capricorn is restriction, okay? Discipline. So this is a disciplining of this darker nature. You see what I'm saying? The darker nature within our parents, the darker nature within society throughout. Okay. All the death and destruction that's been going on that they like to maintain. Okay, this is shattering like so many illusions, yo. Because they thought that dark energy was the way to go, but it wasn't. It was a trick out of your emotions, out of your heart. out of what truly manifests for you. You see what I'm saying? Teaching you don't have emotions because to balance your emotions will help you generate and manifest everything. This type of energy. And because we didn't have certain nurturing energies in place, okay, there was illusions of what we thought we wanted, or we were seeking things from other people that were within us that had to be brought out. You know what I'm saying? You can't be with nobody or want them to be there or try to keep them there to love you. You have to be content with loving you. Okay? And if somebody else gonna come in and love you, that's cool. But you love you and fuck the rest of that shit. You see what I'm saying? This is all the stuff that we had to learn, okay? Because it caused illusions with what we thought we wanted. We were making trauma bonds and self-sabotage. You see what I'm saying? This type of energy. All right, this is being released because we're transcending it, okay? Because we've gone through these spiritual deaths and rebirths. We're shedding this because we're gaining understanding. We're returning home to the self, okay? All right, and returning home to spirit because we're gonna get to the Neptune connection in a moment here, okay? This is also coming to the ledge energy, okay? Some of y'all need to watch The Wiz. Okay, not the Wizard of Oz. That's cool. Okay, that came up today actually, the Wizard of Oz. So now I have to watch the Wizard of Oz, but y'all have to watch the Wiz. Okay, because boom, the song at the end, Dorothy was 7. The why did I say 7? Somebody messed with my words though. I meant to say the song that Dorothy was singing at the end, but I just said 7. So 7. Higher self, your divine self. A lot of us as earth angels, okay, because they give me 7, the archangel energy. But the song Dorothy was singing, the lyrics, living here in this strange new world might be a fantasy, but it taught me to love, so it's real to me. You feel me? I'm not gonna even try to sing it because I ain't Diana Ross, but you know what I'm saying? The whole thing about learning to look inside your heart. We must look inside your heart to find a world full of love like yours, like mine, like home. So that's why this is the whole returning home thing. When you know what I'm saying, love yourself truly. And Cancer is sponsoring this because that's the self-love energy. That's that loving, nurturing nature that the divine got. Okay, so some of y'all need to maybe watch The Wiz. Help you gain some courage in mastering certain illusions, conquering the matrix, conquering these trauma bonds. Um, understanding why you felt left out for a second in regards to family and love. And certain lessons we have to learn in regards to love. Okay, and it's like we're learning these lessons and we're healing this energy, whether your parents and them want to reconcile it or not. We're healing, it's being healed. As long as you're doing the work, this alignment, this opposition is here. Okay, so boom, there's that alignment. Right now, this is actually the one I wanted to do first. So this is gonna be very interesting. Is this the one I wanted to get to first? Y'all, one of these alignments is so crazy, bro. So crazy, yo. Let's just go with it. So boom, let's look at, there's a trine going on between Cancer Sun, Pluto, not, why am I saying Pluto? I meant to say Neptune Pisces, but I just said Pluto again. So there could be something going on that's significant with water signs. Okay. Okay. I don't know if you have parents that are water signs or these parents and grandparents I'm discussing. It may be a lot of water because Cancer Sun, Neptune Pisces, but I almost said Pluto. And Pluto's a ruler of Scorpio. Okay. So some of y'all, it could be water heavy. Okay. But this trine between Neptune and the Sun, okay, this is bringing about a harmonious effect. Okay. Um, Supporting us and getting back to the flow. Okay. See, someone was taught or thought something that they had hid would go in their favor. Something that they did that was hidden would go in their favor. But they're going to get a big surprise. It's not going to go how they thought. Okay? Why? Because you have Neptune there in Pisces. Neptune's already all about illusions, but then it's there in Pisces at home. But here's the kicker, it's retrograde. You know what I'm saying? So the levels of the depths of the water and the murkiness in the just it's heavy illusions as it relates to dark feelings or dark emotions that's going to be highlighted, and it's to bring back harmony. Okay, like I said, could be dealing with water sign parents. I got to it before I even got to where I wrote it on the paper. Could be dealing with water sign parents that could be being exposed as a secret enemy. Because keep in mind, Pisces rules not only do it rules sabotage, it's both self sabotage and secret enemy energy. Okay, so you could have water sign, parental energies, or water signs close to you that could be getting exposed as secret enemies. It don't have to be a parent. It don't have to be your parent, but it could be a water sign that is a parent. Okay, it don't have to be your parents or grandparents. This could be water signs that you're associated with that could have maybe, I don't know, been karmic soulmates or came in and teach you certain soul lessons. This could be water sign. It just could be their a parent. Okay, it don't have to be your parent. All right, it's they're being exposed, especially if they're used to getting their way and always trying to emotionally manipulate things into going in their favor. Okay, it's not gonna go the way that they think. Okay, toxic cycles from childhood though have the ability to be balanced out and healed at this time. Okay, just like the other alignment stated in the beginning. But all this stuff is what has to be looked at. Okay, in order for us to do that. Yes. Hey, what's going on, Nurse Empath? How are you? It's so good to see you. All right. So good to see you. Please stick around because this stuff got juicy. Man. Okay. All right. So some of us could be, healing feelings of being betrayed by mother energies. Okay. And it's because they're betrayed themselves and never got over it. And when they got betrayed, there could have been a Neptunian placement, or there could have been a dark or heavy Neptune or very illusion like placement when they got betrayed. Okay? The first time. And so that could be why the illusions and all like this is coming in the past and it's being flipped around and being balanced out now, because they could have been living for like the past couple decades after whatever the hell happened, stuck in the illusion and betraying other people just because they got betrayed. So they thought that was the way to handle that shit emotionally, but it was an illusion. Okay? But now that the illusion gets highlighted, they have a chance to heal it should they choose to face it or not. Okay? It's up to them. All right? But this Neptunian energy here in retrograde in Pisces, and then you throw energies like Pluto in the mix, because we're going to get to the Pluto and Neptune alignment next. Okay? It gives troll energies. Also, with all of the water, because we're talking about Cancer, Sun, Neptune, Pisces, there's retrograde, and you're talking about Pluto. It ain't Pluto retro. Is Pluto retrograde as well? Maybe not. But it was. Okay. It's given siren. It's given those negative water it's giving them evil water spirits. That's the kind of energy I'm picking up on. Okay? So maybe sirens that play off on illusions and lure people to their demise. Okay? Or um, you know, negative or malevolent water deities. I'm getting like Ursula vibes. You get what I'm talking about? It's crazy because they're water deities, but it's like true compassion, they don't have it. But that's because there's an illusion in regards to what true love and compassion is. You get the energy is real tricky, like, you feel me? It's real, it's giving a real trickster. Alright? It's also giving troll energy, Rumpelstiltskin type of energy. Okay? Now, y'all probably wasn't here when I started. I'm still gonna steal a piece of candy too. I got milk duds. Y'all wasn't here when I started. But all of a sudden, right before I was getting ready to do this reading, Josephina, I'm like, some sugar, damn it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking about it now. We're talking about these water spirit energies, like Ursula type energies, malevolent water deities, and then we're talking about troll vibes, Rumpelstiltskin type energy. These are malevolent faith. Anytime I'm also one of the faith, fairy energy, I come from that realm where my soul does or reigns there. Anywho, we bringing up all this fairy energy, and I got smacked with the sugar cravings. Okay, is my point. Rumpelstiltskin energy though, and we gonna break that down. Was creating illusions, yo. Okay, y'all have to go check out the Rumpelstiltskin. If you've never read or heard of that story as a child, you need to go back and look over all these old nursery rhymes and whatnot with your spiritual eye, because this here is deep. So you know how we sitting over here talking about these alignments with parents, right? Fathers, because you're dealing with Pluto, that's in Capricorn, that's father energy. You're also dealing with the sun, that's home, it's there in Cancer. Why do I keep saying that home? Because it's highlighting true love. Okay, makes sense. The sun is there in Cancer, which is fourth house, which is the mother. Okay, so you have parental energies that we're having to heal all these illusions, all this betrayal, all this other stuff, right? And they're potentially jealous of you because of your gifts. Um, Treated you shitty as a kid. They're jealous of your talents or what happened. Okay, Rumpelstiltskin. You have the miller's daughter. Okay, she was cool. You know what I mean? She was hard working young lady. You know, that's how the story made it seem. Okay, she was beautiful. I don't know if he didn't want to take care of her, didn't want to feed. I don't know what it was. This man decides though to go lie and tell the king, okay, that his daughter can spin straw in the gold. Don't that sound like a parent that's jealous of some natural gifts you got? So they want to exaggerate it and make it all fantastical and try to get you fucked up and behind it because they don't like that they have that gift, or you see what I'm saying? Don't that sound like that? Okay? That sound like that's the same energy we're talking about. Why would he go tell the king his daughter can do that shit? Okay? She wasn't no sorceress. You know what I'm saying? Like, she worked the field with you, fool. Like, what? But because she had a light on her, because she had a divine being, because she was going to be something, he going to tell this fantastical story. And so what happened? Rumpelstiltskin showed up because she was in there crying because she wasn't going to be able to do that shit. Okay? And you get to bartering deals. You see what I'm saying? All of this is lessons. You know what I'm saying? Making deals with devil energy and shit. You see what I'm saying? Or being tempted to lie further and shit like this. You see what I'm saying? Shit like that went on in the story. Okay? And guess what? Rumpelstiltskin thought he had her. He had her right where he wanted her because she was going to have to give up her firstborn child. Okay? With the king. Okay? She had to give up something. Every time it happened like 3 times. He spun the straw in the gold. The king kept bringing her ass to bigger rooms. Okay? Rumpel took something from her every time. Okay? Like a ring, a necklace, and then something else. And the next time, Rumpel was like, you got to give me your firstborn kid or some crazy shit like this. Right? This is us having to give up energy for shit we ain't even agreed to in the first place. This is the same kind of energy. This is the same shit we're going through with having to heal all of these illusions that's being highlighted by these alignments. It's the same thing. But Rumpel thought he had the queen. He thought he was going to get the newborn baby. You see what I'm saying? He thought he was going to get the king and the queen's child. He thought he was going to get that divine being. He thought he was going to bring Satan that cord of blood. He thought that. But what happened? Rumpel got real big, real egoic. Huh? Depending on which version of the story you read, either the queen herself followed Rumpel back to his cottage, or a servant of hers did, depending on which version of the story you get. To hear this fool and see this fool dancing around fire, chatting, maniacal, huh? Drunken egoic power. Okay, the riddle was she was gonna have to guess his name. You see what I'm saying? She wouldn't have never had guessed his name. But he went home and did all of that egoic shit thinking he was gonna beat the queen, right? Thinking he had it in the bag. That's the energy behind this alignment here. Okay? That's the energy with this Neptune energy in retrograde. Okay? They thought they was gonna get away with it. Something hidden. They thought it was gonna go in their favor. But Rumple got a big ass surprise when the queen said the third night, "You're Rumpelstiltskin." Who baby you taking? You ain't taking my baby. You Rumpelstiltskin. You see what I'm saying? He was mad, pissed, pissed he lost. That his little tricks didn't work. That he wasn't gonna get his way and trick her like he tricked everybody else. And how dare she and all this other shit and how mad he got. And that's one thing about the fairy realm, about the fae. You know what I'm saying? This is why I have to work through these alignments and work through this shit. Because, man, that bitterness and the anger that this shit generates. Because how dare you sit up here and demand and command, I give you love and demand this energy from me that you have never given. These parents ain't never given this energy. You see what I'm saying? Or these people that you know, these karmic water sign energies that may happen to be a parent. Okay. They didn't return that love unto you. They didn't share the truth of their emotions. They was trying to control the love on some weird shit. Okay? And then want to get mad when it don't work. Okay? You could also be dealing with beings from the fairy realm. Or these karmic water sign soulmates could have had incubus, succubus spirits on them because that's shadow fairy realm too. Incubus, succubus, siren energies, you know what I'm saying? Evil troll energies like Rumple or whatever. Dark shadow fae. You know what I'm saying? Even Tinkerbell had her angry side. You know what I'm saying? We have to balance these energies out. So you could have been dealing with karmic water signs that had incubus, succubus energies with them. There could have been sexual undercurrents with these parental energies or with these karmic water signs that are parents because you're dealing also with that connection to Pluto. And Pluto is the Scorpio ruler and it has to do with sex. Sex. Okay? You could have also been dealing with you could also discover the truth that okay, so a father could find out the truth about something a mother did to you or vice versa. Or you could find out about a lie one parent told to the other or vice versa. Some deep hidden truth. Either a father's going to discover or you're going to discover about a father or however that goes, whichever way it is. Okay? Something that was done to your father as a child, okay, could come about. Hidden traumas with his parents, his mother especially, could be drudged up. Okay? All right? And mother energies with this particular alignment, okay, this energy between the sun and Cancer and Pluto. Why do I keep bringing up Pluto? Because I'm getting to it. Y'all, I'm clairvoyant, so I see the future too. So it's weird because I'll jump to future shit or I'll say future shit before I even get to it. It's so strange sometimes. I mean, Neptune and Pisces. This mother energy could be, these mothers could be being forced to see the truth of self-sabotaging ways. Okay? These karmic mother types are going to realize if they had just supported their child and not tried to trick it or if they just valued the child instead of putting money or wealth or material shit or whatever that they were lusting for over the child, that they be where they want to be or wish they were, or they'd have the wealth and the stuff that they wish that they would have. You see what I'm saying? Had they did what was right type energy. This alignment is going to bring this up. These illusions, you know what I'm saying? These illusions. I was about to say illusionist. So somebody could be in fact dealing with a parent that's an illusionist, or had been. Someone definitely is dealing with that. I'm picking that up. This is like finding out your Christian parent or your parent that, you know what I'm saying, yells at you or come at you about spiritual shit. It's like finding out that they're a fucking evil sorcerer. It's like finding out your daddy is fucking Rasputin. You know what I'm saying? Or like finding out Rasputin was your great great granddaddy or some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Or or if you're dealing with a parent that's like a government official or something, or I don't know, or this shit got kicked off because your great granddad had uh Master Frollo type vibes. Y'all remember Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame? I don't know why I just went to Europe all of a sudden. Rasputin, that's Russia. Okay, Frollo, they was in Paris. I don't know how I ended up in the UK, but sure. Okay, whatever. Somebody grew up with cobblestone streets, or one of these ancestors did. For somebody that's religious that will be upset with you for spiritual practices, you might find out that they live with a devil and dark magic. Something like this could come up. You see what I'm saying? Or go on. Okay. But at any rate, their illusions are going to be shattered, and it's not going to go how they thought it's not going to go how they thought it would, whatever it was they may have been planning or trying to control in regards to you, because it's like, you know, they could have been trying to like put all the burdens on you or make you the sacrificial lamb type of energy. You see what I'm saying? Or you might have felt like that. You know what I mean? But it's like they underestimated the power of your love. Everybody was trying to use you because your nurturing nature, or was trying to use your nurturing nature against you. And it was a gross error on their part. That's a part of their illusion, underestimating how strong your connection to spirit is, underestimating or undervaluing a connection to divine love or to the Holy Spirit itself. This is going to be being highlighted for these parental energies. Okay? And it's like, because you see through the illusions now, okay, it's like you'll see through the illusions of certain stuff you were maybe told in childhood, or spirit will probably certain memories will float back up, and spirit will highlight a way you were being spoke to or something like this. Okay. And test you to see how you respond right now. A lot of us have been tested, and we're growing in regards to self-love. You know what I mean? And it's being backed up by these particular alignments at this time. Okay? We're at the entry of the Lion's Gate portal, and it's being the energies that have to come down or be disassembled is being reconciled by these T squares. Okay? Alright. So boom. Alright. It's like you're now able to see through certain illusions you may be created for yourself. You know what I mean? Because it's like we create certain shit for ourselves, or we'll tell ourselves certain things, and it's only to get through the trauma or get through surviving the situation and not having any control. You see what I'm saying? You know, stuff you went through could have affected the way that you saw sex, or it could have affected romantic relationships. Or again, like how we talked about in the beginning, like about there being certain illusions in regards to what we might have wanted in love or been looking for. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't look for nobody to fulfill us emotionally or make us happy. So this is us reconciling some of that energy. Okay. Um, Closing out these sneaky, it's like a sneaky snake vibe. Okay. Um, Obsessed with sex, status, you know what I'm saying? Substance abuse, all of this snake energy. Okay. All right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us had parents that struggled with different addictions, whether they was addicted to sex, addicted to materials and status, addicted to, you know what I'm saying, substances. So there was illusions in regards to that way as well. Okay. Parents develop certain illusions about us even. You know what I'm saying? You notice how the shit you'll remember, your parent might cannot. Okay? But the shit you'll remember, a grandparent might cannot. Even though y'all both were there, they have memories of that same day, of that same time. You ever notice how you'll bring up something that they did or something that went on, a point of contingency between you and them, and their account of it will be completely different. You know what I'm saying? They will act like they did no wrong. They don't even remember that shit ever happening. What you so hurt for, they don't even remember hurting you. You know what I'm saying? In their mind, they didn't hurt you because the hurt that they were caused or the abuse that they went through was worse than what they call themselves putting you through. And so, how dare you be mad? This type of energy, you know what I'm saying? Pride, egoic pride. You know what I'm saying? These parents get a hard G check, a hard reality check. You know what I'm saying? About authenticity and about there's one thing about like being authentically proud. Okay, there's being authentically proud, and then there's being highly egoically prideful. Okay, there's a difference between proud and pride. There's a difference. You see what I'm saying? To the point where these parental energies, these karmic water signs I could be speaking of, okay, it's like they'd be upset with you because of your light, because of your energy, stuff you say. It sounds conceited to them. It sounds prideful to them. You see what I'm saying? But that's their illusion. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because them trying to diminish your power and you being excited about something in that moment, you being on fire with spirit in that moment. You see what I'm saying? It's been times I've been channeling and said something and the spirit just say that shit. And they think I got an ego problem. They think I'm saying it from the ego. It's like, no, I'm not. You see what I'm saying? It's called channeling. Yeah, you feel me? Like, and they're so egoic and you're so prideful and your certainty bothers them because they're insecure inside. They're having an egoic response. You see what I'm saying? You know, and then they'll come call They'll come tell you you're being your ego, or you're being prideful, or they will take it upon themselves to try to bring you down a peg or two because they feel like you're being too proud or you're being too prideful, or you know what I'm saying, you could be being proud of yourself or expressing something that you did. They think that you bragging. Or you see what I'm saying? There's illusions in regards to having authentic pride. This is why they might not have liked your talents or your gifts, because these are things that you do well. Things that you do well, you have confidence. They're mistaking that confidence for ego because they live in their ego. You feel me? And the confidence that you have, the pride that you have, it's authentic. It's what they try to play at but can't really get to. You feel me? And it's because they haven't healed their insecurities, or they haven't healed these childhood traumas, or they've been living in illusion thinking they have to betray everybody because they got betrayed. This type thing, refusing to reconcile this. And so when you live in the ego like that, you'll charge everybody else with having an ego problem, and really it's you. This is the double reverse with this is the illusion that Neptune in retrograde is playing. Okay? Especially with those that are emotionally manipulative, or we're talking about shadowy water. Okay? Boom. All right? These people, because of the egoic pride, okay, like just like Rumple, he didn't know that girl heard him say his name, but he was dancing around the fire, drunk, maniacal with power. You see what I'm saying? That he was gonna get her and get her child, right? Counting your chickens before they hatch. That type of illusionary energy. Celebrating your demise, or the demise of your accomplishments, or the demise of your shit. Celebrating your demise a little too soon. This type of energy is what's coming through with that alignment. Okay? Being obsessed with winning. You see what I'm saying? Winning at all costs type of energy. Okay? But see, here's the thing. When we've done our shadow work, so we saw this shit coming. But they didn't. You see what I'm saying? So guess what everybody's doing now? Popping up and resurfacing. So yo, if y'all didn't check out the full moon message earlier about people that you know being maybe attached to covens or Masonic orders, this is the energy. You know what I'm saying? They may or not they may or may not be a part of any actual fraternity or lodge, but see, you got family members that team up against you, or they call each other and gossip and talk shit. Okay? Or they become obsessed with trying to control what you got going on. It's still the same energy. You see what I'm saying? So boom, that's what they gonna come to realize. Now let's get to this other alignment here. All right. This last alignment here is a sextile energy, I believe, between Neptune retrograde and Pluto there in Capricorn. Okay, thus making this same right triangle that you see right here. All right. So you're looking at the 12th house where Pisces is, and the 10th house. So that's why I said you could be dealing with either parent. Either parent could be emerging here as a hidden enemy. Either parent could have been dealing with illusions. Okay, they have self-sabotaging ways. They wanted you to self-sabotage or try to keep you playing at a certain level. Okay, not wanting you to grow to become bigger than them. That type of energy. Being obsessed with money, power, status, materials. Alright. And they in fact thought that betraying you or trying to get you to self-sabotage or trying to control you would yield them more money and status. And that's why I said you're dealing with shadowy energies, and you could be dealing with family members that have, incubus, succubus attachments, or, them type of attachments, because it sound like energy harvesting. You see what I'm saying? Why are you trying to usurp my energy for me to make yourself feel more powerful? That's giving energy vamp. That's giving energy harvest. You feel what I'm saying? And if they have money and status, or they call themselves having, high honor, or being looked at high honor, you see what I'm saying? Because they tried to trick you out of your position, what's going to happen is that the divine beings is going to receive the high honor and the money and the power and the status, and they're going to receive the outcome they tried to bring about for the divine beings. You see what I'm saying? Because their soul should have learned the lesson by now. We're dealing with elders that have been through these alignments a few times. Even if you don't know shit about astrology, you ain't gotta know jack shit about it. All this energy has been coming out on the channel already. Okay? This is just the astrological form of what's been coming out in the tarot cards. And salute the Astro Queen. She put it nicely. You know what I'm saying? These cards is just the breakdown of the astrology. Each card represents a house and a planet in particular alignment. So the cards of the astrology is the same shit. It's coming out in the alignments. Just like how we pull the cards. It's the same energy. So it's been coming out already. They didn't have to know the occult. They didn't have to know tarot. They didn't have to know astrology. They didn't have to know none of this shit. All they had to do was learn how to treat people the way the fuck they want to be treated. And they'd have been alright. All they would have had to do was treat their children the way they wish they had been treated. You see what I'm saying? Versus trying to control the next thing. You know what I'm saying? Control how everybody see them. You gotta control, gotta have their hands in everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because they call themselves being in high honor, or they worry about how people see them, but yet they're trying to end success coming in for you, trying to sully and dirty your reputation. You see what I'm saying? Well, with this Neptune being retrograde, everything's happening flip side. It's actually their reputation may end. Okay? Their status may end. We're talking about Pluto being a Capricorn. Capricorn's 10th house rules money, status, okay, your reputation in regards to business and how you handle business and stuff like this. You see what I'm saying? So if this is what they were trying to bring about to an end for you, this is cool. This cool. They mad. They so mad they don't even want me to say it. This can possibly end for them. If I have any karmas watching, or if I'm talking about these shadowy water sign energies, or these shadowy parents that ain't never do their shit, yes, this could happen. Okay? Because the energy you put out, you get back. The divine keeps saying that. I don't want to believe fat meat greasy. Welcome to the land of fuck around and find out. I'm your host. And that's why it's justice. Welcome to the land of fuck around and find out. I'm your host. Okay? Shit, what you want me to say? Pluto and Capricorn. Huh? That's bringing an end. Death to somebody's money. Death to somebody's status. Death to somebody's reputation. They thought it would be you. Only they underestimated your connection to the divine, like how we saw earlier. When you cloaked in the power of the divine holy love, yeah, that kind of shit don't stick. So you get the energy you put out. If you put out a loving energy, you'll be cloaked in divine love. If you're not putting out a loving energy, then your ass ain't got no covering. And so the energy you put out, you're going to get right back. And they're not used to the land of insta karma. That's what divine called it. That's what the divine called it the other day in I think it was the writings on the wall message. Y'all need to watch that Mystery Machine. The divine literally read the powers that be they rights. Okay, so y'all have to watch that. And it was talking about Daniel, okay, and that whole thing about the writings on the wall. Okay, y'all need to watch that reading. Okay, so they thought they could bring these things to an end for you, or they were consumed by wanting to attain money, status, and da 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 da. Obsessed with that. Obsessed with you because somebody knew. That's what I'm saying. Someone knew. We're dealing with all water signs. So these people are intuitive or they do spiritual practices themselves. It's just secret. That's also with that Neptune and Pisces that's giving me. It's the high priestess. It's the high priestess. So I'm talking about a mom or a grandmom that you're gonna find out that does black magic, or that could have been doing spell work, or that's the evil sorceress, or that Ursula energy, or harnessing that siren energy, like how I was talking about before. Okay, that could have been jealous, trying to end your money, reputation, blah 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 blah. Okay, if they ain't never curbed this energy of always wanting what the fuck somebody else got, they ain't learned that ever in their whole lives. Okay, welcome to the land of fuck around to find out. All right. Some of y'all could have been dealing with friends or family members that stole from y'all, or they're trying to. If they didn't steal anything from your home, they were energy harvesting, like how we was just talking about. You're dealing with fathers and males that they were trying to sabotage your career, money, or your ambitions. You know what I'm saying? Worried that you'll be bigger than them. Knew that they knew. I just heard the divine say they knew. So they knew that you were going to grow to be bigger than them. So they were just trying to end your money, period. Okay? Or now they don't have the power to, right? Because we're making the shift. Had we stayed low, had we stayed low vibe, they could have did it. But because we went through those death states, or we went through the spiritual rebirth, and so we're we're on a chariot. Okay, cool. We on the chariot of ascension now. That's why the chariot came out earlier in today's read. So if y'all didn't watch the videos that premiered today, y'all have to watch that. So that's why the chariot came out. The chariot is also the Cancer card. All of this alignment is revolving around that Cancer sun. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. We on a chariot of ascension. So it was an illusion on their part, thinking that they could do this shit. The alignments as they are, they thought they could work them to your demise, but actually the opposite is happening because you're moving in divine love on the chariot. Okay, so boom. And so, due to the illusions that could have been caused by these parents and stuff like that, or by these, karmic soulmates, these karmic shadowy water soulmates, or whatever, uh, could have, missed a few opportunities, what I'm saying, in the past, and many could have missed many because you're talking about parents and grandparents and lovers and friends. You're talking about multiple sets of people that was doing all of this at once to you, divine being. You see what I'm saying? So you might have been, had a self-sabotaging way, or was missing certain opportunities, but you didn't catch on until it took for you to miss those opportunities to catch on for the fact that something was wrong. It took you missing those opportunities to catch on to the pattern that, hey, something's going on here. Okay? And it could have took a long time for you to notice, or could have took a long time for you to fix. And it's not your fault. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for saying that. Okay? I don't have it wrote down, but they just told me and screamed it in my ear. And I know it's a message for me, and I hope it's a message for another divine being. It's not our fault that certain stuff took so long. You want to know why it took us so long to catch on to certain shit? We needed a galactic alignment like this one to make it clear and make it plain to the illusions that we were under, because Neptune orbit cycle is 165 years. Pluto's orbit cycle, you see that? 248. You see what I'm saying? So it took a very long time. We're dealing with long transiting situations. So it took a long time for us to catch on to these illusions. But now the galactic alignment is perfect now for us to catch it. You see what I'm saying? It took a long time for this karma to hit these individuals that I'm speaking of. But now it's perfect. You see what I'm saying? The divine is aligning it perfectly. And when I when I just said align, they showed me a couple weeks ago when the planets was all in a line, boom, 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 boom. That started it. When the planets was all straight in the line like that. That started the turning of the wheel. Okay? And the divine's been taking note of who developed discipline. You see what I'm saying? Who's learning the lessons, who didn't come through the dark night, who didn't face their shadow self. As you know, we've been being tested through all our eclipse season. You know what I'm saying? You know, ever since our Saturn returns and whatnot. And here's the thing is that even though this took a long time, 20 to 30 years, okay, even though it took 20 to 30 years to go down, it's about to shatter and break and bust everything that could have been holding you back, or holding an illusion, or holding you from speaking your truth, or not living the truth that you want to live. This type of thing. You know what I mean? This right here is about to bust this whole shit wide open. Okay? So now you see the truth, and so now it's death to all illusions because you've transcended them and you've transmuted the energy. And that's what this T square energy is all about. Okay? What were you transmuting? Transmuting anxiety and fear around stability because of everything that we went through, everything that our parents never healed from their parents, and before that. We're healing fear, anxiety, and stability issues and abuse issues that have been going on and occurring the last 4 generations at least. Okay? Realizing those illusions picked up in childhood. Okay? Transmuting the energy of, this affected our relationships with authority figures. Okay? So having to transmute and heal that, having to transmute and heal this deep mistrust of, other people, having to have control in the situation, okay, um, fear of losing control of yourself or a circumstance, period, having to heal and transmute, worrying that someone's trying to take from you or gain control of you all the time and stuff like this. Trying to control how things go for you or manipulate certain outcomes. Having to you know, instead of taking a passive position in regards to love and relationships, having to be active in regards to, our love of self, but then taking charge of people we do actually love and appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Literally learning how to move in love and not in fear. Literally. Okay? Um, Teaching us how to transcend the constant want or desire for money, status, and wealth, um, how to transmute the selfish need or the self-centered need for gain that we picked up from these parental energies. You know what I'm saying? Or being only concerned with work, money, status, or attaining power or success. You know what I mean? Instead of living in the now and living for the love of it. You see what I'm saying? This is what we have to transmute and get back to develop self mastery, regain dignity and integrity and authentic pride, okay, in a situation, okay, and not trying to control shit from the ego. This T square here, this transformation, this transformative energy we're talking about here, okay, is just one of the many T square formations that have come about. Okay, real quick before I depart, I'm gonna try to break down uh, from the perspective of the moon. So this is the T squared aspect that was in place because of the sun being in Cancer. Because the long transiting Neptune is in Pisces and the long transiting Pluto is in Capricorn. So what brought about this T square alignment or potential is the sun being there in Cancer. Okay? Well, same thing just happened with the moon. When the moon just transited into Capricorn, it created another couple of T squares right before my eyes. Literally, yesterday the alignments was one way, and I saw it kind of happening, but not quite. But then when I opened up the chart today, I was like, yep, there they go. So I'm gonna try to break these down real quick as to what these might be pertaining to, still having to do with heavy emotions, right? Because we're still talking about, we're talking about the moon, which rules emotions or whatever, mother energy and stuff like that. But we're also talking about Capricorn, which is the same energy that Pluto is. Okay. Hold on, let me get my little handmade astrology wheel. Hold on. And so the divine wanted me to let you guys know that some of you guys have T squares in your chart, whether you realize it or not. Um, Maybe go to astrocharts.com. I think they let you, they point out your major aspect patterns. Okay. Some of y'all might have T squares in y'all chart. Okay. And it's because y'all were made for now. Y'all were made to usher in this time. Y'all were made to, help transform and transmute these energies. Some of you guys with T squares, when you master these energies, you become a true magician, a true alchemist. Okay? And now that the wheel is beginning to turn in our favor, like how the divine is talking about, or how they made mention of before. Okay? Now that the wheel's starting to turn in our favor, it's like we can take the position of master mage. We now unlock the key to destiny. That's what I just heard. Because at the end of the day, the zodiac wheel is indicative of the wheel of fortune energy. Okay. So this is the karmic wheel turning. All right. Now let's see. We got two we got to look at. Okay. We're going to look at it from the position of Chiron being in Aries. I don't know exactly which alignment is going on between them, but we'll just look at how the energy correlates together. Chiron in Aries versus the moon in Capricorn. Moon in Capricorn versus the sun in Cancer, and sun in Cancer versus this Chiron in Aries. Now, with the sun and the moon being here, I just heard Spirit say, some of y'all might be like me as well, where some of y'all were born with a squaring sun and moon aspect. Look at the aspect between your sun and your moon if you have one. Some of y'all was born with a squaring aspect between your sun and your moon, where there's been this constant battle of, you know, having to balance out, you know, your ego versus, being loving or caring or your true emotions. There's always like this internal battle between like your fire and water aspects, okay? And it's like this place of self mastery, though, when you come into it, these are keys. That's why I'm talking about three specific T squares that the divine pointed out to me. 369 keys of the universe. Okay. The keys to healing these situations. The keys to healing these generational curses. Okay. So let's look at this first one here. Chiron and Aries. Now, Chiron is your wounded warrior energy, your Nine of Wands, where you're going to be tested at. And it's in Aries. What you know about Aries energy? Aries energy, combativeness, war. That brute energy I was talking about before. Wanting to control, dominate. You know, looking at the emotional woundings because it's the correlation between the moon and the Chiron. You know, looking at the truth of the emotions, aware that if you have a combative nature or angry nature or could become very upset quickly, or because it is in Aries, if it's like that, having to examine the truth of your emotions, having to examine or look at the truth and behind why you might be like that. And the Holy Spirit said, look at your own birth charts because the houses, if you look at the current transits, take a screenshot. Compare those houses where these right triangles form, okay? Compare these transits to either T squares in your own birth chart or where this alignment would fall at in your own houses, okay? So Aries is first house naturally, right? But it might be your second house. It might be your sixth house. So look at what the energy in Aries means for that particular house. And then that's the key to what you could work on or heal through that will unlock stuff for you. Okay? Now, this whole correlation with Moon and Cappy. So it's those shadowy, dark emotions. It could be in regards to a father, okay? Maybe you had a father that always put money or work or status over you, or a father that was emotionally disengaged or emotionally disengaged connection. And it's weird because this father could worry about how people see them or view them because it is Aries, and Aries rules outward appearance, personality, you know, self-awareness of who you are. So the divine, but exactly, thank you, Holy Spirit. So the divine Holy Spirit said shadowy Aries is, or shadowy Aries with these deep hidden emotions or whatever. They focus on the outward appearance or how things look to people, or, you know, with the moon in Capricorn, always wanting to go for money, success, blah, 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 blah. Okay? But not looking the truth of their own emotions, not being truly aware. You know what I mean? Of where certain angry emotions come from. Not being truly aware of why you do certain shit. Why do you even think you have to attain all of this stuff? It's like the divine is challenging that and wanting us to look at where that comes from, or wanting these father or paternal enemies to look at the truth of where that shit comes from. Okay? Then boom. Chiron, Aries, this connection between the sun and the Cancer. Okay? So Aries, Chiron, there could be something in particular about how your parental energies treated your maternal energies. Holy Spirit saying there's a direct correlation between each of either your grandparents' relationships, your parents' relationships with each other, or other relationships, because not all of our parents are married. There's something between the connection of how those relationships go that affected you or caused wounds or could have made you jaded in regards to love, or we could be dealing with parental energies, you know, you know, trying to make you bitter like them. This type of energy. You know what I mean? The spirit saying dissect those relationships between, how your grandparents were with each other. Both sets, both sides. Look at the relationships and how that went. You'll either notice a common thread that's something that needs to be healed, or a cycle that you're going to be breaking. Okay? Or it's like you'll notice what was missing and what needs to be implemented in order for you to move forward. That makes sense? Okay, boom. Then let's look at this connection between the sun and the moon now. Like I said, some of y'all could have been born with. Okay, so if you wasn't born with a squaring sun and a moon, you could have been born with a sun and a moon in opposition. So y'all might want to check y'all birth charts. Because you got the moon. Okay, so that's why I said 7 earlier. Duh. Could have had a V8. You feel me? Capricorn and Cancer are natural sevens. Okay? Directly across from each other. Okay? And you have the sun in Cancer and the moon in Capricorn. And the moon is actually Cancer's ruler. Okay? Okay. So this is the connection that's allowing for the emotional healing to occur. Some of you guys are going to be healing emotionally, okay, and reconciling this wounded warrior energy in regards to parental, these parental energies. It's like when you heal these emotional woundings, you'll notice your money start to heal. Okay? You healing these things, you breaking these generational curses is going to open a floodgate to your abundance. Going to open a floodgate for your business. Going to open a floodgate of just an outpour of love from people. You know what I mean? Healing these energies. Because money is currency. And that's why all this water is important. Okay, you're dealing with the moon in you're dealing with two water rulers. Two water rulers in Capricorn, the moon and Pluto. Okay, the moon and Pluto, that's ruling Cancer, ruling Scorpio, water. Okay, then you got Sun in Cancer. Okay, we was talking about Neptune in Pisces earlier. I keep wanting to say Neptune and Pluto. So there's also that connection between Neptune and Pluto is really exacerbating this. Okay? But with all of that water's currency. So by healing your relationship with spirit and yourself first, looking at these, being brave enough. So spirit said being brave enough. It is a bravery act because it's very volatile. Shit could blow up when you look at these kind of woundings. Shit could blow up, relationships could decimate, and all kind of shit. Like the worst could happen before it ever gets better type energy. But by having the courage to face it and become self-aware with this Aries energy, becoming self-aware of our woundings, right? Having the courage to look at those and face those head on, the illusions disappear. What do you know about fear? When you face your fears, it disappears. You feel me? So then everything that was an obstacle before becomes lifted. You're dealing with all this water. Water is a carrier of currents. Water is currency. So you heal the emotional woundings. You heal it with yourself. You heal these emotional woundings in regards to these parents and all like that based off of illusions in regards to love. When you do all of that, that's actually helping improve the money. If you're doing these things at this time, you're gonna notice your money, your career, everything just go boom. Okay? Between now and the rest of Leo Lion's Gate or the peak of it. I think by the peak of Leo Lion's Gate, I think there's gonna be a grand cross. I think these T squares, a couple of these T square energies I mentioned, I think it's gonna end up making a grand cross. Okay, it's like I can see it. It's really interesting. Okay, one more before I go. You got this relationship here between that Capricorn Neptune. That Capricorn Moon, Pisces Neptune, Cancer Sun. Again, all this fucking water. Moon is in Cappy. Okay, Pisces Neptune, Cancer Sun, making this triangle formation. This is also what's exposing those hidden emotions. So, you know how I said you could be dealing with parents or you could have been dealing with water sign karmics that were under a lot of illusions when it came to you? Okay? This is what's going to highlight and expose this, right? And people are going to be faced with the truth of their emotions no matter how dark they are. You're dealing with Pisces energy with this Neptune, and you're dealing with Capricorn moon. Very dark, deep, depth, dark, murky. You can't even see 2 inches in front of your face. That's how dark and murky this water is. You feel me? That somebody is having to look at that's being exposed by the sun coming the other way. So no matter how deep, dark, fucked up emotions and thoughts people had in regards to you, or illusions people had in regards to you, or feelings that they had about themselves that they've been burying, all that shit is gonna be highlighted because you have the sun shining on that. And this elders could have got away with hiding these elders could have a deep, deep emotional problem. Some of them really, really need therapy or need to speak with someone, but they'll never agree to it because of their pride. Because of that egoic pride that we saw come up before. They might actually be forced to deal with it now. Okay? Dealing with this sun, with this sun in Cancer and Pisces Neptune. You were able to see through the trickster energy, or you were able to see through the illusions that got put in place, or this is what is highlighting it to you. It's like with this sun in Cancer, you were able to see the illusions from the other side. Like, spirits reminding me right now of like a light table or a trace table, right? You can't see this triangle very good. You can't see this triangle very good when I flip the paper over. You can see it kinda, but not really. Not sure if it's there or not, right? But the more light that gets reflected upon that from the other side, the more light that gets shined upon that from the other side, you can see that that triangle's there now, can't you? You can see that triangle real good. Okay? That's the energy. This is how you're seeing through the illusions now. This is also how you're going to be able to heal it. You're also, because you're so connected with the divine, okay, this is how you're able to heal these aspects because there is so much water. Okay? This is where true love reigns supreme. So if you have true love in the heart of you, that's all it's going to take. True love in the heart of you, because we're going through the Alliance Gate. We're talking about fifth chakra. We're talking about fifth house with Leo. So you're going to see some major shifts after these T-squares here once we roll into Leo season. Okay? Okay. So hopefully that makes sense for you. You know what I mean? Why you've had to go through the things you've gone through in your life. It certainly makes sense for me. It certainly makes sense everything that's going on at this time. I'm actually going to reveal to you guys about a tower moment or a trigger moment that I kind of experienced. It also to the messages that are set to premiere earlier. So make sure that y'all watch those messages that premiered earlier tonight as well. Okay? Okay. Peace and love supreme unto you all. Make sure that you guys are blessed and you take care. Continue to stay blessed, stay up, stay in divine love, and happy healing. Congratulations. We did it. We're doing it. And the wheel's turning in our favor now. Karma's raining in our favor now. Okay? Okay. Be blessed. Take care. Peace and love supreme to you all.